Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Eva Medilek. I am a high performance coach, and I am on a mission to help you be able to live the life of your dreams, advance your career without sacrificing your health, your well-being, or your relationships in the process. We often want to do more things than we feel that we have the time to do. And I want to just show you how you can create the time to do what's important to you and what matters most to you. But today I want to share a little something with you that I just experienced. I haven't been live in a bit because I've been traveling. I was traveling all last week. And I was in North Carolina. I live in California in the United States, and I was in North Carolina for a 3-day workshop. And from there, I was scheduled to fly to Toronto and give a keynote at an event that one of my clients was putting on for the weekend. And he wanted me to be the keynote speaker. And it was just a marvelous opportunity and a great deal. And what I want to talk to you about today is commitment and what confidence has to do with commitment. You see, confidence is the belief that you have the ability to figure things out. And oftentimes we give up because we are not fully committed, or we don't believe that we can make a way out of no way, or that we can make a thing happen. So let me just stop for a second. I'm streaming live to a couple of different areas. And so just want to say hi to everyone who is watching. Wow, Kuwait and Nepal. Oh, Amrit, that's so sweet. You're a regular viewer. Thank you so much. Selena Sadiq. Some of the names I can't pronounce. All the Philippines are here. Erwin, thank you. Kashmir. Am is your name? AAM. But thank you all for joining. Shayamala is here. Priscilla from South Africa in the house. Great to see all of you. So thank you for joining. And so I want to share this story on what happened for me. I really feel like it happened to me, but it actually happened for me and actually solidified the belief that I could figure things out no matter how hard it got. So I have this passport card, which is like a little ID card that it said on the back is good for entry into Canada and Mexico from the United States. So I'm thinking, great, since I'll be gone from home so long, I don't have to schlep my passport with me the whole time. And I get up to go to the airport to get to Canada for this big weekend event that I am speaking 2 days at. And they won't let me on the plane with the passport card. So I'm there at 5:30 in the morning, mind you. They won't let me on the plane with the passport card, and my heart immediately sinks because there have been workbooks printed. I shipped materials over. It's for their formal black tie event that I'm going to be speaking at as the keynote speaker. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I cannot let these people down. They have no replacement. They've been advertising that I'm going to be there. How can I get there? So I wake my husband up, poor thing. It was 5:30 in the morning on the East Coast in the United States. And I guess it was 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that for him. And I wake him up, and, nobody's brain is working at 100% when you wake them up 2 or 3 in the morning. I was like, I need help troubleshooting this. So after multiple attempts to see if I could ship my passport on the same day to North Carolina and take a flight out the next day, that was proving to be really complicated, not guaranteed, and really, really expensive. They wanted like over $500 to get it to me same day from California to cross country. And still, I felt, something could go wrong. And then they couldn't find a flight to get the passport out on. And I'm like, okay, now what do I do? And then I looked on the back of the passport card and it said I could use it for land travel and sea travel. So I decided I am going to get as close to the border of Canada um, with a flight. I think Detroit was the next flight out, and then rent a car and drive 6 hours to Toronto. And that's exactly what I did. And I got there just as the evening ceremony was starting. My point in sharing all of that with you is that there was no point in all of the phone calls and work and getting people to help me figure this out did I ever think I wasn't going to make it. I never did. And because I believed and was committed to getting there, planes, trains, automobiles, whatever it took, I even looked into trains. Yes, I did. It created this inner peace and calm with me that I was going to make a way out of no way, come hell or high water. And I did. I made it there in time, a little frazzled. But here's the thing that I really want to emphasize with you. Let me put it to you this way. I spent a lot of energy being upset with myself, second guessing myself, not trusting myself, because when I was packing to fly to North Carolina, a little voice in my head said, bring your passport just in case. And I was like, no, it says right here, US and, Canada and Mexico, I can get in. And I second guessed myself and I didn't trust my gut or my instinct. And how many times in life does our intuition, our gut and our instinct speak to us and we ignore it, we shut it down, we don't trust it? And so the point I want to make in speaking to you today is to really learn to trust yourself. That's the first thing. The second thing is to not beat yourself off. I literally spent the whole plane ride, the whole 6 hours in the car. I mean, figuring that out and driving the roads in Canada with all the traffic and the trucks. I mean, it was crazy, but I kept going over and over in my mind again, beating myself up, if you will. Like, why didn't you trust yourself, Eva? Why did you second guess yourself? Why didn't you make sure that you were covered on all ends? Because look how difficult you made this. And now you're going to be kind of a nervous wreck for this important speech. So that's what I wasted energy on. And it took me, some real meditation and some time to just shift that from look what you created, right? Look what you were able to figure out when something looked absolutely impossible. Like, I couldn't just go home and get my passport, although I did think about flying to California, picking it up, and then flying from California to Toronto. I mean, so many options were running through my mind, but I was going to figure this out. And so that was the second thing. Like, really, think about times in your life when you didn't trust yourself or you second guessed yourself and it actually made the situation worse. And then the third thing is about your commitment. How committed are you to finding a way out of no way, into making the thing happen that you need to get happen? Or how easily do you give up because you don't have the energy and you're exhausted and you're just like, well, this is not going to work. I'm going to give up. How often do we not do what needs to be done so that we can have what we want to have? How often do we say, we can't afford it? This will never work. I don't have the money. And also, how often do we involve other people in supporting us in getting what we want? What do we tell other people? How do we get the village to come in to support us, to carry us over that finish line that we're trying to make? Or do we think that we can do it ourselves? Or because we don't want to, we don't want to ask anybody for anything. We don't want to put anybody out of their way. We don't want to make it inconvenient, I should say, for anyone else. We don't want to bother anyone. Well, let me tell you, I bothered everybody that I could absolutely think of to bother so that I could have help in thinking. Because think about it. It was early in the morning. I got very little sleep. I was at the airport at 5:30 a.m. It was 2:30 a.m. for my husband. Our brains were not on high alert at that time. And so I needed help in trying to figure out how to figure this out. So I had ticket agents involved at Delta. I had a woman of FedEx on the phone. I was like, don't hang up with me. You're going to stay on the phone with me and help me figure this out, because it literally took me an hour and a half to get somebody on the phone at FedEx. I mean, I had my husband on one end, and we were figuring it out as a team. I enrolled people like, guys, you got to help me get to Toronto from here, and I will do anything. And my husband researched rental cars. I mean, we just figured it out. But more often, because we don't value our importance, we're not committed, we don't have the confidence to ask people for help. Listen to that. Listen to that. We don't have the confidence or the courage to ask people for help. We give up. We give up on ourselves. We give up on the dream. We think about times that we failed and things didn't work, and we base our actions that we take moving forward on what happened with the past. And I'm here to tell you that your confidence depends on your ability to figure things out, in your commitment to figure things out, to leave no stone unturned, whether it's finding that new job, finding a place to live, starting your own business, creating these opportunities for yourself that support your vision, goals, and values. It was so important for me to be there, to meet my clients in person. I had 3 clients there that I had never met in person. Oh my God, we had just been on Zoom the whole time. And to really be able to hug them in person, to give a keynote speech at a formal event. I mean, when's the last time I got dressed up formally? Like probably my wedding 13 years ago. But my point is, I got there, I delivered a keynote address, and I got a standing ovation. I delivered value. I talked to those people about how they could advance their careers without sacrificing their personal lives. I lived the example of, being committed and not giving up and finding a way out of no way. And we all have that in us. You have it in you. But because of past experiences, because of lone wolfing it and trying to do everything on your own and figuring everything out on your own, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you give up. So, how can you get more energy so that you don't give up? Well, I want you to go to evamedilek.com/energy, or go to my website, evamedilek.com. See, my name is written right there on the bottom. You can see how it's spelled. And I want you to download my PDF of energy generating habits. Because when we're tired and exhausted, we can't think, we don't have the confidence and the courage and the commitment. So how do you create more energy in your life so that you don't give up on yourself, you don't give up on others, you don't give up on your dream? evamedilek.com/energy. All right. Thank you, everybody who joined. So many of you: May, Grace, Yashika, Lisa, April, Anne, Kim, Renee, Kevin, Sonia, Henny, Talai, Abby, Charina, Clarice, Carol from England, and Sheila Marie. Thank you, everyone, for listening, for joining in. And I hope that I was able to deliver some value to you today so that you can stop giving up on yourselves. Have the courage, the confidence, and the commitment to go for your dreams. Talk to you next week. Bye.